Hi, it's Jenny from Buggy Baby, and today I'm going to be looking at the BabyBjorn baby carriers, and I've got two here to look at. The first one is the Baby Carrier Harmony, and this is an Airy Mesh fabric, and we've also got the Baby Carrier One Air, also the Airy Mesh fabric. So these are suitable from birth to 3 years, and one of the things that you'll first notice about them is the really lovely packaging that they come in. Now the great thing about this is that they would make really good gifts. So perhaps if you've got a friend that's never tried baby carrying before and they're completely new to it, this would be a really good gift to give them when they have their baby. You can see there's lots of details on this box about the baby carrier. About the different ways you can wear it, obviously on the front, but also all of the details about the fabric and the adjustable seat area and the head support. So you've got lots of information there to get you started. Now let's have a look at this. So we've got the box open here. You can see how it comes, all nicely folded up, and it feels really, really good quality. That's the first impression you get when you carry this out of the box. Really sturdy, it looks really, really well made, and this is the dark blue one, which is a really lovely colour. There are all different colours available in this, and as I said, this is the Airy Mesh fabric. Also in the box you get this manual, which is going to have details in there, all different languages, details in there of how you can use a baby carrier and instructions of how to adjust it. So to put this on, it's going to go over. Try and do this without knocking the mannequin over. Like this. Okay, so that just slips over like a top. But you're going to have to adjust everything. So we're going to need to adjust the back to tighten it up, and we're going to need to adjust the waist strap. Now we're going to adjust all of the straps, get it fitted to the mannequin so you can see exactly how it works. So we're going to start off grabbing that waist strap, and you just clip it back on, just like that. Clip it on, and then you can adjust it. You just pull. Really, really simple. And you can see this is really padded, so it's going to be very, very comfortable for you. It's not going to feel too tight because you've got all that padding there just to help out, and obviously you need it to be nice and snug. And here we're just adjusting the straps. You just pull them, really simple, and then you would adjust these straps as well so that you can get a lovely snug fit. The BabyBjorn carriers are hip friendly, so you're going to have complete confidence that your baby is going to be sitting in there in the right position. Really, really important. And the lovely thing about this carrier is the thick waistband and the thick straps. Just make sure that you as a parent are really, really comfortable when you're carrying your baby. It's so important to be able to carry them comfortably, and this means that you're going to be able to baby carry for longer periods of time. So perhaps you don't want to take your pushchair out with you. You don't need to. Just pop a baby carrier on. It'll be nice and comfortable for both of you. Your baby can sleep in there. You've got great access to them. If you're breastfeeding, you'll be able to have great access for feeding as well. So I really like this carrier because of the straps. Quite often when you look at a baby carrier, they don't look that comfortable because you imagine yourself wearing that for some time and you think that might be a bit uncomfortable to do long periods of baby carrying with. So you're not going to have that problem with this one. The big waistband with that lovely zip there that's giving your child room for their legs also is going to keep them in a really good seating position. So we've got everything strapped up now. Now when you're doing this yourself, and I know it's a bit of a worry for people when they baby carry about putting one of these on, and I think people think it's going to be really difficult, but actually with this one, because you can adjust everything at the back and then you can just slip it on you like a top, the only thing you're really adjusting is the belt at the back. So you would have to put this on, obviously if you had the baby waiting to go in, you'd slip it over you, and then you would just pop that little clip onto your back clasp, and then you would be ready to put the baby in. Now this one's great for getting your baby in. It's really simple, really easy, because you've got little clasps here that just undo. So you're going to be able to make loads of room to get your baby in really nice and comfortable. Just unclasp it. And then you're going to hold your baby. You're going to pop them in. And then you're just going to do it back up. So you just guide these back in. You can hear it click. Nice and secure. You know your baby's going to be really safe in there. And then you're going to clip these ones on. And we're imagining that a baby's in there, and you'd be good to go. Now, if your baby falls asleep in the carrier, which is very, very likely, especially when you've got one this comfortable, you're just going to be able to unclick it back, and you're going to be able to scoop your baby out. And then you can put them into their cot, wherever it is they're sleeping, and you won't have to disturb them. We're going to have a look at the adjustable head support. So to do that, you've got these straps here, you can see, which will control this part here of the baby carrier. You can see we've got little poppers here as well. So you can actually pop this into 2 different positions here if you want it folded down. You can see there, you would just pop it in this one or in that one, depending how you want to do it. And then you can pull these straps, and that will bring this bit all the way up. So it just depends on what's comfortable for you, what's comfortable for your baby. Maybe if they're sleeping, you'd want to keep this lovely bit up here, gives them a bit more of head support. And then when they've got a little bit more control of their head, you could pop it down 1 and then again down 2. I'm going to have a look down here because there is zips here that you can use to make more room for your baby's legs. So this is a really good feature about the BabyBjorn carrier, is that you're going to be able to adjust it continuously as your baby grows. So when they need more room for their legs, you can just unzip it, keep it nice and comfortable for them. And then obviously when they're newborn, you're going to want it nice and tight, much smaller. They're not going to need as much space for their legs. Let's have a look at a bit closer at the fabric. So this one, as we said, is the Airy Mesh. So there's 2 different versions. It comes without and it comes with, but this is the Airy Mesh one. Now this is really, really good if you're using this in hot weather. So would be perfect if you're holidaying, maybe if you've got your baby in the summer. But just generally, actually, if you baby carry, you'll know that it gets quite sweaty sometimes. It's quite hot when you've got that baby against you. So the Airy Mesh material is going to help with that. Not only is it going to help keep you cool, it's going to help keep your baby cool as well. It's also really, really attractive. I mean, you can see it's such good quality. They look really, really nice. Not only are they very comfortable because of all the padding that you've got on all these carriers here, but they just look so smart as well. We're going to have a look at the newborn position on the baby carrier Harmony. So it has a special position for when your baby is just born, so when they're teeny tiny. And what you do, you see this little zip here, you would keep the zip done up, and what it's going to do is just sit your baby a bit higher. It's going to give them more support. And there's these little straps here, which when your baby's in position, you would use these little straps, you'd clip them on just to this little part here, and that's going to give your baby extra leg support when they're tiny. Once the baby's a little bit bigger, they don't need to have this position anymore, you simply unzip it. Then you can see there, you're giving your baby a lot more space. So this baby carrier can be worn front facing, inward facing and back facing. So obviously you're going to have your newborn facing you, so inward facing to start with, and then when they're a bit bigger you can turn them around so that they are outward facing and they can see what's going on in the world. So to do that you'd have to make sure that these straps are loosened, just like this. And then you would fold this down. So when we looked at these little poppers here, you would just fold them down, click them in place, clip, for a nice satisfying click, click, and then your baby's going to be in there and they'll have the time of their life seeing what's going on. And then when you're ready to, and they're old enough, and they need to be over a year for you to do this, you can twist the carrier around and you can have them on your back. So to do that, you'd want to loosen the straps and you would put your arms through, keeping hold of your baby if they're in there, and then you twist it round. And then you'd have your back carrier. All of the BabyBjorn carriers are what they call hip friendly. So they have all been tested to make sure that you're actually carrying your baby in a healthy position. So you'll have complete confidence that your baby is comfortable in there. And there is no need to worry about the seating position, because as long as you followed the instructions properly, you've strapped them in properly, they are sitting right, hip friendly. So it's one of the great things about BabyBjorn, is that you can just have complete confidence that you'll be wearing your baby in the correct way. And with the instructions included, it's going to make sure, if you read through that, that you're having the baby sitting high up enough. That's one of the really important things of a baby carrier. And the good thing about this is, because you've got this nice thick strap around here, they'll always be sitting in the right position. They've got so much support. And for yourself, when you're carrying your baby, because these straps are so padded, they're going to be really comfortable on your shoulder. So you're not going to be taking the strain. So there we have it. That is the BabyBjorn Harmony carrier in the Airy Mesh fabric. Here's the box. We can see this again. So this is in navy blue. And I hope that gives you a really good description of the carrier, what it does, the material, how you can use it. And if you want any more details, you can find that on buggybaby.co.uk. As with all the BabyBjorn products, they are all packaged up in a really lovely box, makes it suitable for a gift. And it also has all of the information on there that you need, showing you all the different features of the baby carrier. And it also shows you the various ways that it can be worn. So this one here that we're looking at, you can use it obviously from newborn, have your baby facing in. You can turn your baby facing out when they're old enough, and then you can move the baby carrier onto your back. So your baby needs to be about a year old before they're ready to do that. So let's have a look inside the box. Get this open. So there you go. This is how it comes. All folded up, just ready to take out. It's the colour of this one that we're having a look at is anthracite leopard. So it's a really nice pattern actually. Nice neutral colour. And there you go, that's your baby carrier. Really, really lovely quality, as I would expect from BabyBjorn. It just looks lovely. Really sturdy. Really nice material. So this is the Airy Mesh material, which we'll have a look at properly later. And then nice chunky clasps. Inside the box we've got the manual. So this is going to show us all the different ways that we can use the carrier, all of the instructions that you need in all different languages in there, just to get you started. Right, we're going to get this on the mannequin so you can have a proper look at it. To pop the baby carrier on, it just goes over like a top. I'm going to try and do this without knocking the mannequin over. Okay, so that's how you get it on over your shoulders, and then you want to get the waist belt round. So let's have a look at the waist belt on this one. This is a clip. Unclip it. It's going to need a bit of tightening up this one. Then let's clip it back into place. There you go. That's your waist belt, all nice and tight. And then you can adjust your shoulder straps as well. So you just pull on this. There we go. They're really nice and thick, these straps, so they're going to be really, really comfortable. Make sure that the load is all evened out on you when you've got your baby in there. There's the front of it, and then we're going to have a look at the clips that we need to unclip to get baby in. So the nice thing about BabyBjorn carriers is the clips are really chunky, really easy to use. So you just pop them out like that. And you can do the same on these ones here. Pop it out. There you go. And that's your baby carrier undone, so you'd be ready to get your baby in. One of the features on this baby carrier is the newborn position that it's got. So you can see here, there's a zipped part. And what that's doing is giving an extra seat for your newborn, so when they're tiny. And it's going to put them higher up, so give them a higher up position and give them more support as well. And this unzips, so let's have a look at this. Find where the zip is, here it is. So that will unzip when you don't want to use it anymore. Once the baby's a bit bigger, then you can see there, if we were to strap this up, that then gives the baby more space. So this is a really nice feature actually, because when they're tiny, they do sit quite low on some carriers. So with this one here, you're not going to have that problem. So let's get that zipped back. There we go. And the other feature for the newborn position, which you'll probably want to use, is there's a little strap here. So if they were sitting in a carrier, this little strap here acts as a leg support, and you would just attach it onto here. Right, so let's get this all strapped up, imagining that we had a baby in there. And then we're going to see how the clasps work. So you would be holding your baby by the bottom probably. You're going to slot their legs in, and then you're going to put the clasps back into place. If you can hear the click, that tells you that they're nice and secure. Find the other one here, up here. Da-da-da. Clip. And lastly, there you go. Okay, and then if you wanted to tighten the straps, you can see around here, you'll just pull on these and then loosen them if you need them loosened. That's really easy to do. Really easy, because you could have your baby already in and then you can just tighten it up. There's also positions for the head adjustment to change. Let's have a look at those. Let's work out how we do these. Okay, seems quite simple to do. So there's a little clasp here. You push it in, pull the strap up, and that just gives you more head support. So then when you want to loosen it, we just press the buckle in again and loosen the straps down. Then you can fold it down when you don't need to use that anymore. Once your baby's a bit bigger, you'll need to give them more space for their legs. So there's a zip here. You undo the zip, and that's going to give them more leg space. So just as they grow, you can see that this is going to grow with the baby. There's loads of space in there actually for the legs. And then we'll zip that one back up. So you can really see actually how that's going to work until they're older, because it's going to give them a lot more space as they grow. And obviously you've got lots of room here to adjust the straps as they get a bit bigger as well. So if you wanted them in outward position, you would be keeping this part down and obviously having the baby facing out. If you want to move them onto their back, which as I said, you wouldn't do that till they're about a year old, I believe you just loosen it a little bit. Take the straps down and turn it around I need to undo the strap a little bit here. There we go. And then we've turned that around, and then you've got that in a position to have your baby on your back. So we'll have a look at the material a bit closer. Now, as I said, this is the Airy Mesh material, so you can see here the little holes in there. Now, this is suitable for all weathers really, but it's absolutely great in the heat. So if you're using this on holiday, or actually if you just get quite hot when you're baby wearing, which is completely normal because having a baby on you is quite hot and sweaty. So this is really nice that you're going to have this lovely airy material. It would definitely help you and baby out to stay cool. And you can see here the lovely quality of the material. This is really nice. You've got really lovely thick straps. This in particular around the waist is really, really thick, and your straps over the shoulders, which is going to make it much more comfortable for you, especially if you're baby wearing for long periods. You could easily use this for long periods because of how thick the straps are. So there's probably days where you don't want to take your buggy out and you wouldn't need to, or maybe you've got 2 children and you want to baby wear the smaller one, put the bigger one in a buggy. This would be comfortable to wear for a really good amount of time, as you can see that all the weight is distributed with those lovely thick straps. So that is the Baby Carrier 1 Air in Airy Mesh. It comes in all different colours as well, so there's plenty to choose from. And I hope you've got enough information there to make up your mind as to whether this will be suitable for you or not. In my opinion, though, this is a really good baby carrier, really sturdy. You've got very thick straps. You need to have thick straps to make it comfortable. And what I really like about it is how easy it is to adjust everything. So you could put this on yourself without anyone's help. You just pop it over you, and then once the baby's in, you can easily adjust everything yourself. And the nice clips here with the nice little plonk sounds it makes once you've got the baby in, you'll know that your baby is nice and secure. We're going to have a look at the BabyBjorn Baby Carrier Harmony against the BabyBjorn Baby Carrier 1 Air. So this is the 1 Air, this is the Harmony. They're both in the Airy Mesh material. Okay, so let's have a look at the differences to help you make your mind up which one will be better for you. And I'll give you my opinion of which one I like the look of as well. So a big difference you can see immediately on these is the waist belt here. You can actually see this one is more padded than this one, which is the 1 Air. You can feel it, definitely. Really padded, slightly different shape as well. This is nice and thick, but it doesn't have the padding that the Harmony has. They both have the adjustments for as your baby grows bigger, where you can unzip the sides to give them more leg space. So they're exactly the same. And they both have inserts for when your baby is newborn inside of the seat. The little zip parts here. So that's very similar. So you can obviously wear your baby in the same way in both of them. One of the other differences is the adjustment of the headrest part here. So this one's got 2 positions that you can pop your baby in, and you use clips to clip them down into place. The 1 Air is a strap. Personally, I prefer the Harmony. I like how you can click it into 2 different positions rather than having to mess around with the strap. They both do a really similar job. It just depends really on what you prefer and what you find easier to use. But in my opinion, I would prefer this one. So let's have a look at the straps in a bit more detail. Let's turn them over. Okay. Another difference you can see straight away. The Harmony has got back padding on it, so that's going to sit at the bottom of your back. And this is really padded. This doesn't have anything, so immediately we know that this is going to be more comfortable on your back. The straps that go over your shoulders, both versions are padded. This is more padded. This is really, really thick padding on that. But they're both nice wide straps, so they're obviously going to give you a lot of comfort anyway. But this one does have more padding. Let's turn them back round. There we go. They're really the main differences, because they both have the lovely clasps that clip into place, make a nice sound so that you know your baby is safe. Really the only difference here is that these are slightly smaller, but they work in exactly the same way, as does the adjustments when you're putting the baby carrier on you. So the back adjusts in the same way and the waist adjusts in the same way. If I was to pick one, although both lovely, I think I would have to go for the Harmony, simply because of the extra padding that it has, and because I do prefer this part here and how it adjusts. I hope you found this video useful, and it's going to give you a really good idea of what both of these baby carriers do and help you to decide which one to buy.